you doing, my friends, and welcome to the Jovenshire channel, where we cover all things superheroes, video games, comic books, TV shows, and especially Magic the Gathering, because that's what we do on Fridays. We jump into Magic the Gathering Arena, we make a new deck, we see how it does up the ladder, and we have some fun. Now, today's Magic video is kind of interesting because we are going to be looking at a deck that I wanted to make that specifically can compete against the 3 top decks being used in Arena right now, and because I got tired of losing, so I'm like, I'm going to find a deck that beats all 3 of them, so that's what we're going to be doing in MTG Arena. But before we do that, I'm actually very excited to say that we have a sponsored video today. That's right, we get to keep the lights on here at the studio for just a little bit longer, and that is thanks to The Boys on Amazon Prime Video, and I'm actually talking about the TV show The Boys. Now, for those of you who may not have been paying attention to me on Twitter over the last few months, this is one of the shows that I've been most excited to see. It started off as a comic book, and now it's got a whole series on Amazon Prime Video. And here's the thing. As of today, the show is, the entire first season is available. So even if you haven't read the comics, you can sit down and binge the whole thing. Now, it's about superheroes and vigilantes, but it really kind of takes the superhero genre and flips it on its head. Because in this case, you're kind of rooting for the vigilantes and you want to see the superheroes fall. I don't want to talk about the story too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But I will say that I'm a fan of the comics, and once I even heard that the fact that The Boys were going to have its own series, I was like, I'm in. I'm all in. And the fact that it's on Amazon has me even more excited because they are just kind of killing it with their originals right now. So you go, Amazon Prime Video. What has me really excited about this show is, I talk about this all the time with other superhero stuff. It's like, if you want to make a great superhero TV show or movie, you have to be disruptive. You have to do something different. And this is definitely going to be that. It just takes everything that we know and like about superheroes and really kind of shows us the other side of it, which has me very excited to see how they're going to portray that comic in the live action format. This show is going to get dark, and it's going to get good. Again, I don't want to say too much, but you can literally just start binging and watching the whole thing right now. The video the series is available on Amazon Prime Video. So thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So we got The Boys and we got some Magic the Gathering Arena. Now let's jump on into it and get it done. So like I mentioned at the top of the video, today's goal was to make a deck that could beat some of the bigger decks that are out there in MTG Arena right now, and some of the decks that are winning the tournaments. And this is what we've put together today. It's called Meta Man. If you have a better name for it, it gets like top comment, or just what you think this deck should be called, let me know in the comments, and if I see something good that I like, I will name this deck that name. But in the meantime, what we're looking at is something that we wanted a deck that could beat these 3 things. One, I hate red aggro, so immediately I needed something to compete against red aggro. The other thing that's just dominating right now is elementals. As long as Risen Reef is not banned, that's a deck that you have to be able to deal with. And third and finally is Esper Control. Now, Esper Control also has the hero version of it, where it has the Hero Precinct 1? 2. Hero Precinct something. And admittedly, this deck is better against that one versus full control, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Other top decks that are doing really well right now is there was a Jund Dinosaurs deck that actually picked up some speed. So this, I think, will do well against that as well. Also, the White Weenies deck and the Feather deck, which I hate so much. Actually, Feather deck gets a little bit rough if they're able to drop the thing that makes my protection from specific color. But let's look at what we're working with and why we have it. So a big thing that you'll notice about most of the decks that we just talked about is that there's a lot of creatures right now. Risen Reef, the moment that hits the field, you gotta kill it. Red aggro, you need to be able to kill as much of that as soon as possible. So we have some kill spells. Going in Golgari, you have Assassin's Trophy. With as many 3-color decks as there are right now and as much unique land there is, not a lot of people are running basic lands, so something like Assassin's Trophy, you might be able to kill something at instant speed, mind you, and not have to worry about them getting an extra land, but it will happen here and there. Another thing about Assassin's Trophy that I really want to point out is that it just takes out a permanent. So it could be a Planeswalker, or It could be that stupid blue enchantment that control runs, not Adonis's Climb, that's the one I use in Simic, but you know. What's that blue card called that lets you search? It's a 2-drop enchantment. Oh, Escanta. Something Escanta, right? Where's it at? Right here. This guy. Search for Escanta. I can't wait for this to rotate out. Yeah, once this one can, like, if it flips, actually, no, you have to kill it before it flips, because it is a non-land permanent, I believe. It's, an opponent controls, wait, no, it just target permanent, so you can destroy a land with this. So, yeah, Search for Escanta dies, which is fantastic. Anywho. So that's great control. We are running 4 Vraskas because A, you'll gain life, which is really big against red aggro. It's exiling out instead of destroying, and also you just want to be able to take out any of the planeswalkers that pop up in that Esper control deck. We are running what I call the Explore package here, 4, 3, and 3, because this is just going to help you shift through the cards that you're going through the top of your deck to see what you need or what you don't need. Also, you're gaining life if you're playing against aggro. That's really important. Having these walls up front to either take some of those kill spells or just to have a creature to block with is great. And then hopefully Wild Growth Walker just gets bigger and bigger, and then that will make the world happy. 3 Nisses, just because this card can win the game for you. For those control matchups, Shifting Ceratops and Carnage Tyrant, they both can't be countered. I've called Shifting Ceratops the Teferi Killer because it's protection from blue. So Teferi cannot pop it back to your hand or to your deck. If you put it down with a 5th mana, you can give it Trample and just get through everything on that turn. But it does not have hexproof, so if you're dealing with a deck with some just creature hate in general, he can still die. Carnage Tyrant is worth the extra 2 land there. And what else? Oh, and Ritual Soot. I'm running 3 of it only because there is so much aggro out there, but do know that this card is dead in your hand if you're playing against standard Esper control, or it's also going to destroy your own creatures in our case too. So use it sparingly. You might be able to bounce back afterwards, especially if you have Nissa on the field, but do it before you play Nissa because you don't want to kill your own land at the same time. So to make sure that we are actually able to play against... Oh, did I make changes? Oh, I'll get to... Oh, actually, wait a second. Before I jump out of here, there is a sideboard because against Esper, if you're playing Battle of 3, this is just how to really confirm you're going to win. With Duresses, Elder Spell, being able to get cards out of their hand, like with Davriel, super important. Because right now it's kind of 50-50 against Esper, so being in Battle of 3 really helps. I would also have a 4th Shifting Ceratops. I only have 3, and I wasn't going to craft it just to have it in the sideboard, so that's probably in here also, along with another Carnage Tyrant. Because there is cards you can just get rid of. For example, Cast Down you might not need, and Ritual Soot you might not need if you're playing against, again, strictly the control version. If you are playing against the Precinct Hero deck, then there are plenty of things for you to still kill. So, with that said, we're going to jump into some games here. We're going to save these changes because we aren't jumping down in the ladder. I want to make sure that we are playing against these decks, so in my Discord up here in my headset, I actually have my editor, slash assistant, slash friend, slash person that helps make my content here, Paco. And Paco, I'm going to challenge you using the deck currently named Metaman. So my challenge is now out. Paco, what deck am I playing against? Okay, so we are starting off with red aggro. We'll go red aggro, we'll go elemental, and then we'll show you Esper at the end. So, because I can hear Paco, you guys can't hear Paco. You don't need to hear Paco yet. One day you might hear Paco, but I will let Paco know that obviously I have to talk while I do these videos, so you might hear what I have in my hand, but play as if you don't know what I got. We like this hand, and I think it said your opponent goes first, which I don't like to see when there's red aggro involved. But I don't know. I'm not too worried based on what we have in this opening hand. This is a great opening hand for, honestly, most of the different decks we play with. And he has a turn 1 no play. with red aggro. Not something they want to see. I don't have any of my mana ramp. I'm only running 4 Llanowar Elves to try to help me get up to my bigger stuff faster. And so it begins. Normally you want to save instant spells to kill their creatures on their turn, but we don't want that gaining any traction. Oh my god, the Runaway Steamkin is an elemental, mind you. Oh, great. Okay. Not a good card. Not a good card. This is our Scryland. We'll let this, actually. We do not need that on top. Because we are short. We're a little short at the moment. We'd like to see a land pick up in the next 2 turns. But I think it looks like... Well, how dare... Okay, see, and again, that's why those lower drop creatures are so important. Because they are there to soak up yet another like lightning strike or something. So let's go ahead and wipe his board with this. We did draw this, so we're pretty happy with our next turn. We've got these... Okay, see, that's fine. And so he's dropping stuff now. So deals... And he's got 1 card in hand. I feel... Do I feel confident? He can sacrifice this and it does 2 damage to any target. This will do 1 damage to any target. You know what? I think we're gonna get a little risky here. Now our forests are what get the extra mana, so we're gonna find something that does not have forest in the name. Let's go ahead and do this Scryland. And it starts off with Vigilance, so it's great because it's like it has haste and Vigilance, so we were able to do damage, and it sits there pretty as a blocker. Oh look, it's Steamkin. Luckily he doesn't have as many cards in his hand as he normally would. Oh, and there it goes. Okay, Steamkin looking like it might get out of control. Again, he doesn't have all the cards, so I'm not as worried about that. Just our next turn will be a little bit different than what we thought we were going to play. This is going to get us 1 black, 1 green. Okay. Watch this. So here's how we're going to play this. We can get as much out of this as possible. Why can't I? Oh. Because I don't have a second black. Oh. Small misplay by me. But guess what? He can't target this guy. And that makes me feel a lot better about that. We aren't going to destroy that black. So I misplayed. I had 2 black, and then I didn't. So the 2 Vraska's Contempt sit in my hand. Poo-poo. Because I messed up. But okay, we aren't looking too bad here. Right now, he does have enough to be able to block and kill. Alright, this isn't bad. This is actually, you know... Here we go. So we're going to do 2 things with this guy. By tapping this forest, that just gave us 2, which allows us to... We're going to do this twice. 1 time for trample, and 1 time for... Wait for it. Haste. Don't really need reach on there, and since we're doing things, we might as well drop this in there also.
Harness the elements.
I have Paco in my ear laughing right now saying that this deck wasn't this good in practice, which he's not wrong. Alright, and now we swing in. We swing in! So that is lethal. 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. He can block and kill the big guy, which I think is the best play. Nope, because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I'm killing all of his stuff. Oh man, I don't know what the best play for him is. That you can see the hovering lights there. He's trying to figure it out. He's doing the math. He's quiet right now, so oh, I need to click. He's waiting on me. Oh my god, I'm the idiot. Here I am thinking we were being super intimidating. So, ooh, okay. And well, let's see what he does. So I put trample on the Ceratops, so even if he sacrifices those guys to do damage, we are still getting in for damage, and he did not sacrifice a goblin, because then, you know, my dinosaur would have stayed alive, and that wouldn't have been good. And there's game, folks. We did it. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna, just because we can, I would probably never do this against an actual opponent, but because it's my friend and I pay him to be in the situations that he's in, I will sit here and put out all of my mana. Yeah! Boom shakalaka. Enter tapped, enter tapped, enter tapped. And, oh hey, we got one of these too. Oh, it feels so good to beat red aggro like that. Oh my god, it makes me happy on the inside. And there it is, showing you what this deck can do against red aggro. Now, Paco isn't just running his version of a red aggro. He's actually gone online to see what the winning decks have been for tournaments and is playing those particular decks. So, so I'm challenging him again with the deck Meta Man. I am Meta Man. Bow, 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 Meta Man. I'm sorry. Okay. Unless he's got a surprise for me, I believe we're playing against elementals. And that's just a good hand not knowing who I'm playing against. So we're definitely playing as if we don't know what's going on here. We're going to start off with the Scryland. Yeah, we're going to do that. And yeah, we kind of... we need that on top. Because we just need a little bit more of it. There's the elemental guy. Now, we aren't going to kill an elemental guy. Or a... What is this guy called? This is the Leafkin Druid. We're obviously not going to waste an Assassin's Trophy on something that generates land, because, you know, they just get the land back, so let's not waste that. So putting down our own Elemental, fighting fire with fire, or in this case, Moss versus Moss. Oh, some bitch. Alright. Options here. Alright, we're going to drop this guy. We'll just do it right now anyways. Now that one I probably should have definitely waited on his turn, but we didn't, and we'll see if that hurts us. He already had red, so it's like he had all the colors he needed there. There's no point in me attacking. So next turn, we've got some options here. All three of these will become viable options, 2 for sure. That is... oh no! Alright, we'll play this way. Put down the Scryland. I don't think we need that there. Oof, do we? Do we, though? I don't think we do. Based on what we have, I think we can put that at the bottom and do this and hope for 1 and 1. We're going to actually put that in the graveyard. There it was, 1 and 1. So I made a 3-2 and... alright, there's the Risen Reef into another elemental. This is where things get a little scary. Another land comes into play, and he got a Scry, and he kept it on top, I think I saw him do, and there's another land. Great, so he's got a lot of land. Let's go ahead and kill the 4-2, get that out of the way. And we're actually really glad that he did that. Oh, wait, can we do both of these? We can do both of these. Is there any point in doing that, though? No. Now, we definitely have to kill it on our turn, because we don't want him to be able to activate another land and do anything with that Risen Reef. So, he's got land. I don't care that much about the Assassin's Trophy. It's doing what it needs to do. Okay. I'll tell you right now what card I do want to see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is rough. I need to ping the land. Which is unfortunate because that was 2 damage I don't want to take. We're just going to do this now because he knows we're doing something. Again, I don't care that he has land. This is giving his elementals +1/+0, so we're going to get rid of that. He could discard a land card to do 2 damage to a target. It's not really going to help him right now. I do have the Shifting Ceratops protecting me, kind of. Let's see what he drew. Oh, God. Oh, has it? Is it going in a new direction now? Hold on. Is that a... Hey, we can do 2 things here. Oh, man, we got our own elementals now, boys.
I protect that which cannot protect.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use that leftover mana, which gave us 2 because it was, in fact, a forest. Let's see what... There's a card that we're looking for. There's a very important card that we're looking for. We want that Ritual of Soot. We don't have it yet. Oh, discarded. There you go. Alright, well, in that case, there's a land that I don't know if we need it. We're gonna give ourselves some more protection over here. This is not a fort. We have plenty, so I'm not making the same mistake this time.
Be wary around you.
Oh, jeez. What do we do? Oh, actually, here's what we do. We make him... Wait, does he get vigilance? Oh, there's no vigilance. I've kind of made a mistake. And it... Why did it tap my... Why did it tap my creature? Wow. It tapped my creature. So... That's a misplay because I trusted Arena there. I definitely cannot attack now. And no, just in case you were wondering, Reach is the third option. He gets Reach. So he's got to still be pretty careful, even if he's holding on to a land. Oh my god, really? Now, I'm not... So, my creatures... Okay, you know what? We've got the land. Normally I'd be a little wary about turning more land into creatures. But I think we're going to be okay here, because he can't... he might be able to kill one of those. Let's see... We can give him... He doesn't need haste. Is the trample important? No, because both of those guys have 5, so we're just going to attack, right? Because that's 2/5, 2/5. He essentially might be able to kill one of my creatures, but as you can tell, we aren't too worried about that at the moment. Oh, he's got the double block. I don't know why I didn't think about that. It's okay. We got in for damage. This will be the... why did he do that? Did he make a mistake? Wait, what is he doing? Stop it. Return target land you control to its owners. Oh, it's a tapped land. And then he can discard it. That was not a cool move, man. So that's... That wasn't cool. Well, he had a shock. I'm a little shocked. Drats. Well, what is he gonna do? Attack? So we aren't too worried there. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And plus, Vraskic's Contempt giving us the 2 extra life, which makes me happy. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna submit. We're gonna submit 0, because now that I know he's got a little trick up his sleeve. Actually, no, he couldn't do because he didn't have another shock. We'll attack with this guy. Because he's only doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need a block. I need a blocker up. I would have had a blocker. Alright, there we go. That's damage. That's damage. We've got lethal on the board, but obviously he has blockers, so depending on what he gets here, we can also pop Nissa next turn, which doesn't do us any good. Well, it'll make all of our lands indestructible, but was it a land? Doing work against the creature deck. And no land is tapped yet. Well, I guess you could just tap land. What are you doing? Return to... Wait, stop it. What are you doing? I've never actually seen the Twister done that well. I was surprised to see that it was a rare.
Do not.
You... Not this turn. Alright, well I guess we have to do this now. But... okay, we'll do the Scrylands.
Rise, my elemental friend.
And we're going to attack. Right? Yeah, we're attacking because he has to block. And I've got the... Oh yeah, I have lethal. Ah! And we beat an elemental deck! Oh, it got a little scary. We saw that Risen Reef. That things could have gone differently. It could have gotten a little more out of hand. Maybe if he had another Risen Reef. But you know what? Counts as a win. So that is aggro, beaten, boom. Elemental, beaten, boom. I think this deck is just as effective as White Weenie against White Weenie and Dinos. So boom. But now here's the scary one, guys. This is against Esper Control. Honestly, in Battle of 3, we 100% have it. And if you are playing Magic the Gathering, I recommend that you are playing Battle of 3 anyways, so that you can utilize that sideboard. But we're going to see how this deck does. It's going to rely on a little bit of luck. Paco is in-game. I'm rocking the Nicol Bolas here. And we... Alright. I don't think I could ask for something better. I think I could, actually. Oh, and I'm going first. Alright, the world is as balanced right now as it can be. We're, like, we're gonna see. If this can't beat this deck, then it might not stand a chance. I don't know. Here's the thing. This deck has been designed specifically to be able to take out an Esper-controlled deck. So, he's got the protection from blue, does not have hexproof, he is not legendary, so we are susceptible to a cast down this turn, a mortify. Ooh, tapped. Wow. Wowie zowie. Jeez. Alright, I guess that's what we're doing this turn. And let's go ahead and give that bad boy haste. This is the one that just came down, right? Right? I don't want to mess this up. Good. Now, the turn 4 board wipe is what we're scared of. Oh, it took 2 damage. There it is. Kaya's Wrath. So, we're building back up. Showing 6 land. He's now at 5. Took the 2 for Teferi. With the +1. We might have just gotten lucky, folks. We might have just gotten very, very lucky. We're still worried. So, I don't even have to go for... If we... Okay, that just seems like that was unnecessarily mean. Though that does show us that he probably doesn't have a board wipe, which is 100% what he needed right now. He's looking for it. He's diving for it. I hear him cursing. He doesn't have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's telling me that he has Lily on his hand, so we could have done it that way. And of course, now I draw Ritual Soot when I absolutely do not need it. Wait a second. We aren't in the clear yet. Does he have... Alright, okay, I was worried about Settlement Wreckage. That was fast. I'm not even going to say we should go into a fourth game to see if that works. I will admit, when we were practicing to see, when we were building this deck to see how it does, we were looking to see, like, if the deck can beat all the decks, how we're going to put the cards together, what is, like, the perfect deck to beat those 3 decks. And we were having a hard time against Esper Control. I had the perfect hand. I honestly did. But you can kind of see why those 2 dinosaurs are so good right now, and I'm going to be such a sad boy when Carnage Tyrant goes out. But all the rest of the cards, I think, are still viable and good through the rotation. So, this is a deck. It's called Meta Man. I've got the deck list down below. I do think that this deck can beat most of the decks that are actually winning tournaments right now, so feel free to use this as you wish. Also, again, a big shout out and thank you to Amazon Prime Video and The Boys, out now today. You can binge the whole series. I'm going to go do that now. Well, actually, this wasn't filmed on Friday, but when you're watching this video, I'm going to go binge it because I practice what I preach. I practice what I preach, and that is very important, at least to me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, I guarantee you're going to like the other videos that we do here. Tuesday is our Versus series again with Lasercorn. Last week, or this week, we had MTG Jeff. Last week was Sohinki. I actually need to get other people on that because I'm running out of guests and friends. So, till the next time, guys, I'll see you later.